Now that LF Baby's been announced for Dragon Ball Legends, let's talk about what else is coming in the not powerful campaign part 2. Powerful opponent campaign part 2, my bad. All right, so last time around when we had a campaign that was like this, it was villain-centric is the main reason that we're talking about this one. We got Mecha Frieza, we got Goku Black, we had that cooler, we had the Final Form cooler, Slug got a Zenkai, we had that free 17, and we also got the Ultra Broly. So first thing I want to say is, as it currently stands for this campaign, we have already received a Zenkai, and as you saw by Slug, Zenkais do count. If they show another one of these images, maybe they did actually in Baby's video. Let me pull that up. It appears that they did not, so that's fair. Anyway, so basically, like I said, Zenkais count, free characters count, things like that. So we've already got Golden Frieza and Fury Broly, excuse me. I was gonna say Fury. Fury Broly and Golden Frieza Zenkai. We also are getting the announcement for the Baby that's coming out tonight, actually, right? That's tonight. So anyway, a few characters are already off the list. So we can assume that the list will probably include another 3 to 4 characters. And here's an image from my thumbnail. That one's a little bit better to see. We can include probably 3 to 4 more characters, right? So that's what I would expect from this. So those 3 to 4 more characters could be comprised of several different things. It could be a free character, it could be a Zenkai, it could be an Ultra, it could be another LF, it could be a lot of different things. So since it's a powerful opponent campaign, but it's not because it's called like whatever Nemesis is. They just didn't want to call it Powerful Opponent V2, right? So since it's another Powerful Opponent campaign, we're obviously going to be looking more towards the villain characters. If you don't know what Powerful Opponent is, it's the main antagonist for whatever arc these characters take place in, or whatever media they're from. Like 21's in here, she's obviously from a game, things like that. Whatever media they take from, or they hail from, whatever time period. So you'll see like Golden Frieza's in here, but not really. It's only the Golden Frieza from Resurrection F, not like, you know, Tournament of Power, because that's Jiren. Despite Jiren being a good guy, he's a hero character. He's not a villain, but, you know, despite that, he was the antagonist, right? So anyway, moving on. So since we're mainly looking at antagonists or villains, whatever you should say, we are going to be looking at these characters primarily. Now, we've been getting a number of them recently, and the funny thing is some of the more popular villains already have Ultra character representation. So if we're talking about a new Ultra, we're going to first start off by process of elimination, and we'll hit on the ones that obviously are more notable that don't have them. I mean, look at these Ultras on the top. There's a couple of them that are very notable villains that don't have an Ultra in the game yet, so we'll talk about those in a minute. But the first thing I want to say is, since it's a Nemesis campaign, right, I'm hoping that they decide to produce a more obscure character, whether it's a free character, a 1% summon character, like, for example, in the 1% campaign we had, or the previous campaign, we had 2 1% characters taking up this. Actually, was that for that? Damn it, I can't remember if that Metal Frieza was Metal Cooler was a summon character. I always forget. Anyway, and we have at least 2 1% characters on that banner, right? And Slug technically 2, but he doesn't count, because we had the Frieza and Goku Black come out together. So anyway, you know, I'm hoping that they produce something obscure, like maybe this is Garlic Jr.'s chance. Who knows? I don't think it could be King Cold. The point is that there's a number of characters that don't have any representation in this game at all. Like those two, or like Tarble. They're more obscure, right? But who knows? Maybe somebody like Jiro. Anybody want to say Demon King Piccolo getting a new character? I'd love that, right? You know, there's like so many fun villains or antagonists or nemesis, whatever, that it could be from different parts of the story, right? But nonetheless, we'll see what happens ultimately. And if it was going to be Jiro, I'd love for it to be like a tag or something. Like maybe it's just like, maybe it's Jiro 1718 could be kind of cool. That could be kind of cool. That could be kind of cool. Since we have the precedent already for 3 characters in one. And yeah, they don't love Jiro, but I don't care. Make it happen. It's Legends. It's a damn game. Speaking of damn game, original characters, blah, blah, blah. No, I don't think that's going to happen in this campaign, by the way. I thought initially they were going to give us one every 3 months or so. It appears that we will probably get one for Anniversary. So that would mean Anniversary and Legends Festival, every 6 months we'll get one. That's what I'm expecting. Because I don't think they'll do one a year. I don't think that'll happen, but hey, I've been wrong before. Maybe that'll happen. Not very often, but I've been wrong before. Maybe that'll happen. So before we proceed into my next predictions of characters, I think I should just kind of throw out there. I just want to say, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. I would greatly appreciate your support. Thank you very much if you do. If you haven't already, The like goal for today is 800. Once again, I would greatly appreciate if you help us hit our goal. All right. So I've talked about obscure characters. Hopefully you were paying attention. I threw a lot of names out there. One character I think deserves a character in this campaign is Turles. I just want to say that, yeah, Saiyans are the backbone of this game, and there have been a lot of strong Saiyans released recently, whether it's hybrids and Saiyans, but like just Saiyans in general. But yeah, like the Saiyan tags specifically, right? There's been a number of strong ones. Again, there have been strong hybrids too, but I just want to talk about this tag. And there's not a lot of opportunities for them to give us strong villain Saiyan characters. There's not a lot of them. So if they're going to give us a strong villain character, I would hope for it to be another Saiyan, and I think Turles is one. Now, the kind of tricky thing about this is, like, there's very few villain characters that are Saiyans in the series. Like I said, Turles is one of them, but we are literally getting one, which is Baby. So, I don't know. But I think Turles, if he were to get one, that could be kind of cool, because he doesn't have much representation. He's the original evil Goku design. He doesn't have anything in the game. He's quite literally, aside from how you feel about Purple and his Zenkai and his initial release, he was pretty good on both times, but like he's never really had a good character in the game. He has 5 characters, one of them is a damn hero, so like he deserves a new character. And again, it doesn't have to be anything premium, just a 1% is fine, although I think he does deserve an LF. And Ultra Turles could be kind of cool though. Have him eat the fruit from the tree of might. An Ultra Turles could be kind of cool, bro. That could be kind of cool. All right. So other characters I just want to kind of throw out there that are pretty noteworthy, pretty straightforward, very easy choices to have as an antagonist for this campaign would be anything Future Saga related, okay? I'm not going to freaking elaborate on this. This is super easy. The good thing about this campaign is that they can kind of pull from wherever, do whatever. It kind of seemed like they were doing it mainly movie stuff, right? Even though this Golden Frieza is not, he's from a movie, but not in this game. He's from the anime. Anyway. That's a whole other tangent I've gone on many times. It kind of seemed like they were doing quote-unquote movie stuff, but yeah, it's not, since it's Baby coming in, right? Side note, it does appear GT, like I said several months ago, is getting that universe survival treatment from last year, or once every couple months. They do give them new tools, and that's good. That's very good. And if they keep that up, by the end of the year, GT is going to be stacked, and I am way too early predicting that we are going to get an Ultra Gogeta Super Saiyan 4 for anniversary. All right, so anything Future Saga related. There's that. Don't need to elaborate. So, my pick for an Ultra. Let's talk about that. When we look at the characters that are Ultras, that have powerful opponent characters, villain characters, antagonist characters, blah, 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 that are Ultra characters in the game, we have some very notable names. Nemba, Boo, Rose, freaking Rose. Hit, of all people, is very unexpected, by the way. Broly, Omega Shenron. The most notable character that's a villain in this series that's not listed is Frieza, right? It's Frieza. Now, we just got Frieza representation in the form of a Zenkai, technically, but I'm going to go on a limb and say, while it could be something like Cell, I don't think it's anybody but Frieza. I don't think you could do this I think you can get away with it with Broly. I don't think you could do this campaign a second time and not drop an Ultra Frieza. I think it's time. I think he doesn't have enough representation in certain forms. And I think Frieza is one of the, well, he's the most persistent nemesis in the entire series. From the goddamn beginning of the series all the way, still a nemesis as Black Frieza in the manga. So like, good lord, this guy will not leave them alone. Even when he teams up with them, he's still a nemesis because he's doing dumb shit. All right, moving on. So Frieza. Who would it be? Well, I don't think it would be Golden Frieza, although Golden Frieza could be cool. I don't think it'd be Golden Frieza. And when I look at the Frieza, I pull up Frieza Force. That's wrong, but it's all right. When we look at the Frieza representation in the game, he has an LF for his first form. He has an LF for his full power form, but there's no higher rarity LF or Ultra for his final form, okay? So I'm going to go on a limb and say I expect final form Ultra Frieza to drop in this campaign. I think that's pretty straightforward. Makes a lot of sense. Now, speaking of GT, there is a slight chance that GT gets a new Ultra, I would say, I guess. It could be another GT character. But if for the record, if GT gets it, then I wouldn't expect an Ultra for GT during the anniversary. There's no way they give them 2 Ultras in the span of a couple months. No way. Well, I can't say no way, right? Didn't they do that with Universe Survival last year? Was that last year or the year before? Oh man, I have to go back and look at the dates. I feel like that happened. Bro. Maybe it was movies. Anyway, I can't say no way. But if we look at DT, it's kind of weird, right? Because we just got a new Super 17, so it obviously wouldn't be him. And if it's a villain, it's got to be a villain. We are getting an LF baby, so it's not going to be him. So you're not going to give us a Metarildo Ultra. Could you imagine? It would pretty much have to be Sin/Omega. And we already kind of have an Omega. He's very old, doesn't even have his own platinum equipped like the other free characters, by the way. So maybe they produce another one. But DT's kind of weird for that. So I don't really think it's anything but a Frieza. It would be cool if it was a cooler as well, I guess. I guess you could say cooler. You know who I would pick for cooler if it's an Ultra? I would pick Metal Cooler. Because you could do a lot with the Ultra intro animation for Metal Cooler specifically, I think, where you show his whole army of coolers. That would be kind of cool. Or you could show the core. That could be kind of cool too. In fact, Metal Cooler could be a really cool LF character because of the core in the army. But again, I don't know that we're going to get another LF campaign in this campaign, excuse me. I think it's going to be free characters. If it wasn't clear, it's going to be a free character, another 1% summonable character on the side somewhere, maybe like a Mega Rising Banner, right? Or it's going to be another Zenkai and an Ultra. That's what this campaign is going to be. We're getting an LF now. This campaign's only going to last a few more weeks. There's not going to be another LF in this campaign. It's going to be an Ultra. So with that being the case, I think that the way too early prediction that makes the most sense to me is that it's Frieza. Another character that's pretty notable that's not here, by the way, like I said, Cell wouldn't get it because we just got Cell campaign stuff. They got a free Cell of Cell Zenkai. More importantly, the Cell campaign is ending / over. So unless they're double dipping on a character between cross campaigns, I just don't see it happening, right? Doesn't make any sense. And it wouldn't be something weird like the androids, LF-17, 18. Doesn't make any sense there. Could be something else from the movie or something. But another notable character that doesn't have it is Buhan. Actually, I think not necessarily Buhan. It could be Super Buu just in general. You know, if you want to be kind of spicy with Super Buu, this is something the game could do that could be kind of spicy. You could like they don't really do this. In fact, I don't think they do it at all. With a character like Super Buu that kind of fluctuates in forms, you can do this technically with any Saiyan character too. You could have, like, for on his green card, have him go into the ultimate from just flat Buhan or from flat Super Buu, excuse me. On his green card for his animation, he could just, you know, absorb Gohan and then do his attack and then, you know, go and stay like that, or he can go back, things like that. Or for his blue card, he can just, you know, pull up Gotenks' clothes and then go and do the volleyball attack or some dumb stuff like that. Have him fluctuate between forms. That sounds kind of weird, right? But the way I see it in my head, it sounds like it'd be really cool, right? But they're not going to do that because it wouldn't make sense, right? To have a character bouncing between forms like that. Unless it was like Goku, where like on his blue card, he transforms to Super Saiyan 4 or some crap. And then on his green card, he's like, all right, let me go Super Saiyan 2. For Buhan, it doesn't make a lot of sense. But nonetheless, for Buu, I think that Super Buu he's got a little bit of clout, right? He's a character that doesn't have any premium characters, so I wouldn't be surprised. In fact, Super Buu, he's only ever had one good character in this game, and he got immediately cucked because they dropped Vegito with him. So, all right, guys, what do you think?